financial aspect of doing things that matters the most. And like I spoke about before, when the mailman walked by my door 6, 7 years in a row and not get a letter, not get a birthday card from certain people, not get these letters from certain people, and not get pictures of my nieces and nephews when they were growing up, it's heartbreaking. So I would never, ever put anybody that I love in those situations to feel the way that I do now.
Right, I understand. Because it is.
This call and your telephone number will be
like
monitored and recorded.
You could tell the difference from people that have family support and those that don't. I know a guy that said his son had went to prison. He said, well, I already told him if he ever go to prison, don't depend on me to be there for him or whatever. And I get that. I get it. I mean, the tough love thing, I get it. But the bottom line is that in order for some people to make it through the system, and I am so always in awe of Lonnie because of his being so positive, his views. Sometimes I'm talking about stuff he encouraging me, and so and I love that because it didn't take him down. But everybody don't have that story. Some people come out and if they come out and they are just completely messed up because they didn't have that interaction. Okay, we're going to keep going. How do you feel now? You kind of spoke a little bit about that, but how do you feel now? Now that, they have the free phone calls in prison, you have a tablet where you can message and call and do video visits. So how do you feel about the support and the communication you're getting now? And one of the things I know that's going on in your life, a lot of the people now that are communicating with you are not just your siblings, but your nieces and nephews. Your nephews, especially now, because like I said, one has passed. But they are that's a whole different generation. So how are you feeling about the communication now?
Well, before the free phone calls, like I said, my nephew Antoine and my little cousin Mikey, they kept money on their phone for me to call, collect, all those things. When I needed things, they would supply the funds, stuff like that. But of course, it's relatively easy for anybody to communicate with me now that the phone calls are free, and don't think I didn't take notice of that. I took notice of that. So the way I feel now is basically the same way I felt when the hardships were prevalent in my life. I don't really let things control me that I can't control. I don't sweat things that I can't control. I'm focused on the goal, and the people that's assisting me in reaching that goal are the people that I pay attention to the most and love the most and want to give back to the most. So I don't have any ill will or animosities towards anybody any more than anyone else. So I'm good. I think I have more animosities towards myself and the role that I played in me coming to prison more than anybody else. So I'm all right. And we'll be all right.
So I know you feel more hopeful, and now you're communicating with people more often and what have you. Are you laughing more? Are you feeling better about a whole lot of things? And is it helping you, on a daily basis? Because now you can get up and say, hey, I'm getting ready to call this person, that person, stay connected to that person.
Right.
Sometimes you'll call me and say, oh, I just need to hear your voice before, before I shut it down.
Right.
And so it blesses me. So is it helping you more with this new communication process?
Absolutely, it's assisting me. I never stopped laughing the whole time I've been in prison. I've been a goofball my whole life, and of course you can attest to that. When I was a kid, and of course in our communications, since we did not get touched, we laugh and giggle a lot. And I think one of the things that is special about you is, and I'm pretty sure there's people that's listening that knows this and can confirm it, is out of all of these years that I've been down, I think you've done more for me in less than a year than, you know, some people have done the entire time that I've been in prison. And I think you should be applauded for it. I think you should be applauded for you had Kanisha, you had your daughter Kanisha call my sister and tell her to give me your number so that you could get in touch with me. And that meant the world to me. That meant the world to me. And you know, everything that you do, you everything, the Google searches, the effort that you put into finding new laws that applies to me and my brother and my cousin, and you know, just basically being there for me, a support system, a foundation that lets me know that you care is I don't think anything can match it, and it means the world to me. It means the world to me. But yes, to answer your question, I never stopped laughing, and honestly, I don't think I've ever gotten away from being who I am, and whatever that is.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
And I think it's a combination of things, and I think it has to do a lot of internal work that I put in. The effort, I think, is God. I think it's people like you that really, really care for me, and overall, I will be all right. And just like you said the other day, you know, you feel that God has been watching out for me and watching over me because of a lot of the way that I turned out in prison. You know, and being responsible is a big part of it as well. And I played the responsibility that I played in over and over and over again in my mind. And anything that I do, responsibility will be at the forefront of it. So to answer your question, I am who I am right now that I was when I was 17, just amplified, you know, with a mentality and a maturity and a manhood. Yeah. You know, so yeah, I can't wait to get out there to prove to myself, you know, and all the doubters, you know, how productive I could be in society.
Right. Thank you for all the wonderful words. And it was, you know, I've already told Lonnie this story. I couldn't sleep for several nights. They kept coming to my mind. I was praying about it and whatever. And then I was instructed to get in touch with them. And so whatever, you know, I still have this thing like, oh my goodness, you know, we should have been working on this earlier or whatever. But, you know, God put them on my heart. And so they were kids, and it was an injustice for sentencing kids that long a sentence. And it was just crazy, and it is, and a lot of people, they did that too. And when you don't have the proper support or, you know, legal support, people that had money that could have afforded an attorney, they wouldn't have been doing that kind of time. And we all know that.
Not at all.
So, you know, our endeavor is to get them out of there, and so they can have a productive life. They can be married, have children, and do all those things that they want to do. And like he said, he still has the same personalities he had as a kid. And he liked to laugh, he liked to have fun, he liked to play, and what have you. And he has brought much joy to my life since we've been back communicating. So we're going to kind of start closing this up. But Lonnie, you have anything else to add? Oh, what wisdom? It's our last question. What
you have
wisdom?
60 seconds remaining.
You kind of shared some of it. What wisdom would you
Right.
like to share with others that may have incarcerated loved ones?
Oh man, just the simple things. Let them know that you love them. Put it on a piece of paper. It doesn't even have to be a full page. I love you. I'm thinking about you. Don't forget birthdays. Don't forget holidays. Send them cards and stuff like that. The simple things. It doesn't have to be the major things. It's the simple things.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is. It's very important to communicate. Communication is key in any relationship.
It is.
Whether you're free
For
or
sure.
incarcerated, communication is key.
Right.
So we're going to end this
Right.
segment, but we'll be back with another segment from a different side of the inside.